Welcome all my Sagittariuses to your Timeless Love Tarot reading. We are commencing this in June of 2022. So if you are watching, within the week span, you can go ahead and apply it accordingly. And if you are watching at some other time and you came across the video, it may equally apply. I do feel that my readings generally apply more for the sun and the ascendant signs as a horoscope would, but you are welcome to watch if you are a moon sign, Sagittarius or cross watcher. But I do recommend that you check out your sun sign and your ascendant sign. I'm just tweaking the audio a little bit here. I kind of fixed the mic setup for those of you that were watching the Aries, Leo, Cancer video, so I'm just adjusting that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and make some announcements while I wait for you to join me. If you'd like a personal reading from me, I'm Madeline. You can find me at psychicschool.com, and you can click and order a 24-hour question. I'll give you a 5-minute video response. I can often look up most of the synastry between you and a partner if you'd like to know how a relationship is playing out and what the strengths and weaknesses are. I may have to pause for a moment to fix the mic as usual. 1 second. Thank you for your patience. So some of you may be watching on Twitch now, and if you are, I do recommend that you head over to the Rotation 411 Astrology YouTube channel to see all of my other synastry and astrology videos. I am a professional astrologist. Again, I do personal readings at psychicschool.com. I'm Madeline. Today we're going to be using the Gilded Tarot. We're going to be clarifying with the Everyday Witch. We'll be looking into the Lover's Oracle to get into the heart of the matter. And if we need extra clarifiers, we'll be using the traditional deck. I'm just finishing the channel announcements while you join. I do recommend that you head over to the Rotation 411 YouTube channel and like and subscribe if you want to see the big 144 series where I cover all the sun, moon, and rising combinations. And then I have the birthday series over there. We're going to continue. I do celebrity synastry lives, so if you're on Twitch, I'll be live streaming to Twitch as well when we do start doing those again. And let's see, I think that's about it. There is some cool new merch. I made some Rotation 411 and Divine Timing database phone covers, iPhone cases and such, and there's some really cute shirts if you want to represent the channel. And I love the logo. It's super cute. So that is at rotation411.com. You can find it there, and just click on the merch link in the menu. So let's go ahead and get started for you Sagittariuses. And after this morning, we're going to go ahead and look into Cancer again because the audio had been messed up on their video. So go ahead, and we're going to be doing a horseshoe reading today. Let me turn this up just a little bit. I've been playing with the audio lately, so let me know if you can hear me if you're in here. What's the heart of the matter for our single Sagittariuses? This one came flying out. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So if you're in some sort of, situation, some tense, stressful situation, my Saggies, just go to your peaceful place in your mind and know that all you have to do is connect with your happiness, your love, your peace within, and the outer circumstances will begin to represent that. I know that we lose sight of that sometimes when we get caught up in the day to day. So, the Horseshoe Spread, we're going to go over the past influences from the Gilded Tarot and see what's affecting you. What's currently affecting my single Sagittarius love life. Past influences. I do see the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so some of you could be having some pretty heated text messaging conversations. Now, I do have to say the Hermit, somehow he got mixed up in my Lover's Oracle earlier when I was getting everything organized. Oh, that's probably pretty loud, you guys. I just broke up with a Virgo, and I have a Virgo moon, so definitely a little bit of my energy there, but some of you could have a Virgo that you're dealing with, or it could be that you, past influences, maybe you're Sagittarius, so you might have at some point kind of shut yourself off from dating or from the world to take some time to do an inventory, an internal inventory. It kind of goes back to the Lover's Oracle card here. So you've been doing a lot of inner work, Sagittarius, and you've got the wisdom now to move forward, and you got the joy and the peace and the light within you. So what is the present issue going on for my single Sagittarius? Sorry, I try to shuffle in the frame so you can all see. See the Ace of Wands down there. Some of you could be just starting something pretty heavy and pretty new. I'm going to try to talk a little bit more over here in the mic. This deck today. One more time for my Saggies before we pull off the top. That's too many right there. One more time while we have our Saggies in here. Okay, we'll go ahead and take from the top. The Eight of Pentacles is the present issue, and I don't generally do this, but because I do in the Celtic cross, we would do one crossing over. Let's go ahead and pull one. The Ace of Swords. So some of you are very heavily invested in something, male or female, and you could either be waiting for a proposal or a higher level of commitment, for your partner to say to you, hey, make it official. That's the Ace of Swords. I do hear a lot of readers reading it slightly different these days, but to me it's a big new beginning, verbal or written contract. So in regards to relationships, it would be like at least a serious offer of, hey, let's make this more serious, or even someone asking you out that you maybe spend a lot of time getting to know. So with that being said, if you are a male Sagittarius, you could be really contemplating asking someone out, or taking a relationship to a higher level. What your commitment levels are, that could have been what you were being introspective about, Saggies. So what are the future developments in the near future? What's going to arise out of this situation for my Saggies, for my single Saggies, the end of June through the summer of and timeless 2022? Two of Swords. So for some of you, you may have this impulse to make this offer. Not so much of an impulse, because you've really been thinking about it. Swords is you've been thinking about it. It's thinking. Mental communication is Swords. So some of you could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But I do feel here that although you've been thinking about this and you want to go all in, what's coming up is like a decision needing to be made. So for those of you male Sagittarius that are putting this offer on the table, maybe don't expect an instant response. Like if it is a proposal, you might want to feel it out before you get the ring, because she might need some time to step back and weigh the pros and cons. That's very much Two of Swords here. Aside from the Lovers, which again is Gemini energy, it's taking inventory, making a decision, kind of being at a crossroads. All of the twos can represent that to some extent. And if you are someone waiting for someone to come in, you've been investing a lot into this, you've gone inside and you've decided that you would say yes to them, just know that they're still in decision mode. So it's going to take a little bit of time. The near future position for me is usually the coming days and weeks. So I don't think that this is going to be decided within the next 2 weeks, but it's definitely something that's being presented to both of you. Now, if you're totally single, you haven't invested in anyone, you're just like, I don't even know who's coming. I've been single for a long time. That could be definitely representative of some of you with the Hermit here, because this is a card of isolation, introspection, the loner sort of, the Hermit, right? So that means that you've been investing a lot into yourself, and you're going to be very discerning, which is very air energy, about any offers coming to you. So even if somebody's asking you out, you might be much more so in the position of, do I even want to get involved? I know for me, just an example, this happened, I don't know, in January. There was a guy that I had met in October, and he had texted me, and I had mistakenly thought that he was somebody else because of the way I saved the names. And so I almost didn't respond to him. And after about a month of dating him and kind of actually getting to know him, I had regretted ever actually even responding to the text. So I was like, man, I was in such a good mood that day when that text came in. And if I had just not responded to it, I wouldn't have had a whole month-long detour. So, you live and you learn, but I do feel like you're very much in this position, Sagittarius, of where you are going to be discerning about any offers that you make or any offers that are offered to you. And the reason I use that story as an example is it can very much change in an instant. One text you looked over or replied to. So that's definitely, your strength right now, but also, you don't want to pass over somebody that might be a good option for you. So that's why I would say, go back to this, close your eyes and recenter. So what is, now I always go into the advice right before I pull the advice card, you guys. So what is the advice for Sagittarius right now? What is the advice for our Saggies? And this one did come off. 6 of Cups. So, this can often be a past lover coming back, a soulmate, a twin flame, someone from a past life. I don't generally subscribe to past lives. But here it could be someone that you've known for a long time. You have a deep friendship, maybe even other ties like children or businesses or something like that. You could work together with the 8 of Pentacles showing up here. But another thing that I'm getting from the 6 of Cups here is you going back to you connecting within. I really feel like that's the theme of this reading for you, Sagittarius. Being coming from as above, so below. As within, so without. It's like if you're really connected to your center right now, and so I do feel like you've done a lot of inner child work, which I know is kind of sounds cliche to a lot of people, but I do feel like there's been a lot of healing here, and you are coming from a better place. So I think that the 6 of Cups here as advice is telling you to continue to do that, but also to, really assess what it is that you want and need here, when making this decision. So we're going to clarify that, because I feel like there's a little more there to the advice. But let's go ahead and see what the influence of others is in your environment. What are your friends, family, possibly your love interests, friends and family saying? I got the Ace of Cups did fall out here when I was shuffling. There we go. But I'm going to go ahead and put it. So it could be that, the people around you, feel that you deserve love and that you're deserving of it and that you're a loving person. But I'm going to actually pull one for that, because there was a few that fell out. Influence of others. Page of Cups. So yeah, that's kind of right in line with the Ace of Cups. So maybe, but we'll save the Ace of Cups. Maybe it'll come back out later. The Page of Cups, I do feel like the people in your life are very supportive. You have a lot of good, genuine friends, a lot of flirty connections if you're very single. If not, then the advice could be to be more childlike, to get out there and play and connect with the others, because you do have with the Cups energy here, there's a lot of good what's that word, like the soul, the soil, there's a lot of good foundation basically for you. It's the soil is fertile for you to really have a love relationship blossom at this time, Sagittarius, especially going into Leo season when the sun is trining yours. And let's see, the environment and the external obstacles. So what's going on in the single Sagittarius is some of you could have a boss, father, authority figure, a King of Swords here that, you really respect their opinion, or they possibly could impose some rules and restrictions on you that affect your love life. Ace of Cups came out again at the bottom of the deck, but go ahead and give us a card for Sagittarius, single, environment, external obstacles. You guys, it was funny when I did Leos the other day. They were just flying out, but you guys must be that mutable energy. It's just a little all over the place. So, environment, external obstacles for my single Sagittariuses. I'm just pull from the top. 3 of Wands. So for some of you, you could be living at a distance from your love interest. This is why maybe you've isolated yourself, because maybe the person that you want to be with isn't nearby. So you are actually taking this time to, work on yourself, spend time with yourself, enjoy yourself, spend time with friends, the other people. You may only be interacting, in friendship type of relationships at this time, because whoever you want. Now, the 3 of Wands isn't a long it's not somebody who lives in another country necessarily. It could be someone who maybe it's just like you can't see each other every day. You can't live together because you work in different places, but it's like an hour to usually 2 to 4 hour commute by plane or car. So but it's also the card of your ships coming in. So again, the environment for you guys is very conducive to you starting a relationship at this time. If you're single, there's definitely a lot of loving energy coming in for you. So if it's not an actual person, because we haven't seen any actual person yet aside from the Hermit here. So if you are dealing with a Virgo, we do have the Page of Cups as well. So you could be dealing with like a younger, flirty friend, but for the most part, what I'm getting here is you just have a lot of friends around you and you're waiting for that right person to come in, or a specific person to come in that you are in some sort of, if it's not an actual physical distance separation, it could be, you're just waiting for them to possibly come full circle, make this decision, this higher level of commitment, take it from friendship to, proposing something, either side, male, female, and it arriving, that ship, that relationship, So the current long-term outcome in regards to this situation, that was too many. What is the current long-term outcome in regards to my Sagittariuses? Single Sagittariuses. Hope you guys can hear me. I'm trying to talk into the mic. I'm probably moving around. What is the current long-term outcome for single Saggies? One more. Some of you could still be sort of not totally over the past, and that's why you're a little hesitant to jump into something new, because aces are big new beginnings, and we have the Ace of Swords there. 5 of Swords. Yep, that's kind of what I was just getting right now. So you personally have what it takes in you to manifest the right partner, to manifest a new relationship. You have the right social circle. But with the 5 of Swords here, I do, and what I was just saying, the 9 of Swords is still at the bottom of the deck. So with the 5 of Swords and the 9 of Swords, there is some mental conflict in regards to this decision. You could be going over past conversations. Again, Swords is mental energy and communication. So it could also be someone that you want to have a more serious commitment with, but because of arguments and things that have happened in the past, you can't quite trust it. That's why I think it really goes back to the heart of the matter here for you guys a lot. Just going to your peace, your happy place, your center, and everything's going to unfold around it, rather than dwelling on, this is also the recommended action. So rather than dwelling on, oh, well, we had these issues in the past, or, I had all this conflict. It's just, again, the environment is so ripe for you for relationships. So, here's the Hangman. I do feel like you are going a little bit back and forth, Sagittarius, on whether to either propose an offer or accept an offer here. So we're going to go ahead and pull some clarifiers now from the Everyday Witch Tarot. Get a little more insight into what's going on with you. Tell me about the Hermit here in the past influences. Oops, sorry, you guys. Tell me about the Hermit here in the past influences for our single Sagittariuses. Why is the Hermit here? Why is the Hermit here? Strength. So you've got a lot of inner resolve is sort of the theme of the reading, I feel like. And when it comes, so again, you could be dealing with a Leo, a Virgo, a Leo on the Virgo cusp, Virgo with a Leo moon, a Leo with a some sort of variation like that, Virgo with a Leo moon. This is influencing your future. So in the past, you may have felt, Sagittarius you're usually pretty social, like I said, but you could be sort of the lone ranger going out into the world, traveling. So it could be because you've been alone for so long and you're very strong in yourself. There's this in the strength card, she's taming the lion there. So it could be a wild part of you that you feel like maybe you're not quite ready to be totally, totally committed to someone. Or it could be also, that you just feel like you're good on your own, the hermit, but once you get into a relationship, there's this wild beast that you have to deal with, sort of that passion, that fiery energy of Sagittarius that gets stirred up. So you're like trying to keep your resolve and your strength, but, then there's that part of you that really, that fiery, passionate side of you that really wants to jump in. These just kind of slid out. It's a 10 of Swords. So some of you could be going through some past heartbreak, not heartbreak, but a defeat in the past, with this Swords energy, possibly again with a Leo or a Virgo, that, you're just not quite totally over and you're not totally sure about moving forward with a new person. And if you're totally single, this could be kind of blocking out this new person coming in. Although I do feel like they're coming in regardless with this nice energy that we have over here. So, present issue. Actually, give me one more clarifier for the Hermit and strength, please. I fill this out. Four of Swords. Yeah, you've really been thinking about this. Four of Swords, sort of, the Hermit is Virgo, but it's ruled by Mercury, so it's a lot in line with Gemini. So Swords energy is air, Gemini. This is all you thinking right here. You've really been thinking about this for a long time. Hi, Hancho. I can answer you in a moment, and I can pull a card to see if she moved on. Are you Sagittarius? So let's go ahead and see what let's go ahead and pull a card for Hancho about his current situation. He wants to know if she's moved on because they haven't talked in a couple of weeks. The Knight of Pentacles. I don't think that she's moved on. I think that she's waiting for you and she feels like you're going a little bit slow. And you know what? Hancho, if you want a personal reading with me or you want me to look into the astrology between you two so I can really see how, you two interact and how you'll get along, go to psychicschool.com. The link's below if you're on YouTube. And the link is also for personal readings on Twitch now. And I can look into, how to go about this and, whether she's the one for you or not. Yeah, I can go ahead and I recommend getting a personal reading with me, Hancho, but we can look into it more at the end if we have time. And for those of you that are single and looking for someone, and you're just kind of waiting for those ships to come in, I do recommend, let me go ahead and show you here. Let's see. I've got the dinosaur follower. I tried to fix that. I don't know what that's all about, you guys. Let me see. I think it's this one. Nope, I messed it up. That's Aries. Where did it go? 2 seconds. Getting a little distracted here. See if I can go get it. Let's see. You guys see that? This is, show you guys real quick. If you're single, okay, so if you're in a relationship and you want answers, I do recommend getting a personal reading with me because I can tell you in the astrology how, if it's going to work, how long it's going to work for, what you should do. Oops, that was not good. Okay, I totally messed this up, you guys. So let's just erase that. Start playing with too many things. Maybe it's here. There we go. Okay, so the divinetimindatabase.org, if you're single or you know anyone who's been single forever and they're so frustrated, I really recommend that you have them submit to the divinetimindatabase.org. It's a astrology dating platform. And I can match you based on your astrology. Yeah, I see that, Huncho. I messed it up. Okay, so back to what I was saying here with the present issue, we have the Magician. So again, a lot of Gemini energy, which is funny, Hancho, because you asked me. She's a Gemini, and she blocked you a few weeks ago. So I do have to say, with the Magician showing up here in the Knight of Pentacles, my advice to you would be to find a way to reach out to her. I'm checking the multi-stream really quick. See if anybody's in here. Don't see anyone from Twitch in here. Yeah, I definitely recommend, if she's Gemini, Honcho, that you need to reach out to her and make some sort of gesture with the Knight of Pentacles, because she feels like you move way too slow. So, you're being hesitant, and she likes that quicker energy. So, everybody left me now because I was messing with the screen, but hopefully some of you will come back. So, in regards to the present issue, again, with the Hermit, that Mercury energy, and Gemini here, the Magician, you have all the tools you need. Like I said, it's all within you, my Sagittariuses. But you've been introspective, you've been healing the inner child stuff, but you now have the power to manifest, to make it happen, to make the moves, like I was telling Hancho to do. So, if you've been contemplating a proposal or some sort, or like, hey, I want to be with you, I want something serious with you, you definitely have the power to make that happen through visualizing, again, going within and seeing what you want before taking any action. And then you'll be compelled and drawn to take the proper actions. See there? Fix that. So, with that being said, if you're waiting for someone to come in for you, you're waiting on someone, I do feel like it's going to happen. It's just going to take a little more time. I do feel like it's someone you may have been connected to for a very long time. Give us a clarifier on the advice for the Six of Cups. Oh, it was nice. I had a nice little group in here, and I'm so lonely. But this is going to replay on YouTube. So if you want to see it and you're watching on Twitch right now, you can go ahead. Hi, Lottie, Keisha. Thanks for following. I'm going to have to fix the notifications on here. So as far as the advice goes, we have 3 cards here actually. We have Death, which is, Pluto Scorpio energy transformation. So again, that inner child work that you've been doing. Some of you have known this person for a very long time. Some of you, it could be a karmic that you're dealing with. But for most of you, I feel like you've been making the changes. You're going through transformation. You may have to just release some of your doubts from the past, reframe your beliefs in regards to relationships. Again, the environment is very conducive to this. 2 of Pentacles goes with the 2 of Swords. I felt that energy a little bit when the 2 of Swords came out earlier when I had mentioned the 2s. So I do feel like if it's you, the one that's juggling Saggy, you are a mutable sign, especially, if you're dealing with a Gemini and another mutable sign. You need to get clear. That's what you're looking for here, is clarity with all this Swords energy. So a lot of you are probably dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, but you can't ride the fence. This is, it's got the infinity symbol up there, which is very promising in this 2 of Pentacles, but he's also, he's kind of sitting on that fence. He's like, yeah, I got everything I need, and he's not really making any movement forward. So, and the 2 is only the beginning of the journey here. So if you're stuck at 2, you need to keep moving to the 3, to the 4, to the 7. But like I said, I do feel like with the 6 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles, a lot of you are already very invested into whatever, person or friendship that you have around you that you want to get more serious with. And again, for those of you that are single and just waiting for someone to come in, you just got to open your mind up a little bit and not go back and forth between the knowns, right? Pentacles to me is very like what you can see, the tangible, the known. So the more that you go back and forth between, okay, well, this is how this is reality, and this is reality, and this and this, and this is the only two paths, you know, you're not really going to make any progress. You're just riding the fence. So we have the Four of Swords again as a clarifier for the advice, and it was also in the clarification of the past influences. So, you know, it's okay to like take a few steps forward, you know. Ace of, like I said, if somebody comes to you with an offer or you make an offer, it's okay to take a few steps forward, just because it's a huge new beginning with all this potential with this Ace of Swords that came up. You know, even if someone's like, hey, I want to be with you, I want everything with you, you can take a few steps forward and then kind of take a moment and pause and take another reprieve and think a little more. You know, you don't have to worry about, oh, if I go from thinking to action, now, you know, it's never going to stop. It's just going to get out of control, kind of back to taming that lion that we were talking about. So, you know, you can take pauses as you go. I know fiery energy, especially like Aries and Sagittarius, it's like we just sprint ahead, and, you know, and Sagittarius is a little bit more adaptable. So sometimes like a Libra's cardinal too, it could be a little bit harder, you know, to see the outcome and just worry about getting caught up in some sort of current where you can't go back. But you know, just make the decisions and follow them through as far as you can, and then take time to, you know, reevaluate them again at certain intervals. But, you know, be totally committed until that point of interval. So the influence of others, clarify the Page of Cups for us for Saggy and their love life. What is the influence? I'm going to take these two. Wow, you guys, some of you are really dealing with a Leo, which, you know, you're obviously a fire sign, so you're going to have some Leos around you. The Strength card again. So as far as other people, you could have a Leo that's influencing you. Could be a friend with the Page of Cups here. Could possibly be, I did see that King of Swords earlier somewhere in this position. He had shown up. So it could be also someone that you really look up to and respect. That's sort of a stronghold for you, and you really respect their opinion about your love life. And the Empress in reverse. So, yeah, I feel like for most of you, obviously, if you're watching the singles reading, you haven't yet obtained the person that you want, but you do have some really solid people in your life that are very supportive. They may not necessarily be able to see it yet either. You know, the Empress is things coming into fruition, like pregnancy or conception or things like that. So, you know, it can be growing a garden. The Empress is like the mothers of all, like the divinely Canadian tarot lady I watch says, you know, the mother of all mothers of tarot. So you may not be able to quite see who this person is yet, male or female, but the people in your life may kind of see you as a singular character. But just they are very supportive. And also Leo represents the fifth house, which is dating, creativity, and children. You know, the Empress in reverse, the Empress would be a pregnancy. So for some of you, you could be having like, oh, I want children, or have children that are affecting, you know, because this is the position of others that are affecting your situation. Maybe you feel like you have to be strong for, you know, the children, where you can't necessarily proceed forward in the way that you would if you didn't have those responsibilities and priorities. But I just do feel like the fifth house of dating, it's like you are getting out there, you're meeting people. It's just you haven't found your Empress or Emperor yet if you're a male, or if you're a female, or vice versa, same sex. All of it applies. Take it how it resonates, as they say. So in the environment, the Three of Wands coming in. Let's get a clarifier. What's going on with this Three of Wands coming in for single Sagittariuses? Take that one. Judgment. Yeah, I kind of told you guys this. I feel like you guys, you know, you're doing the internal work like you should be doing, but you're kind of, and I tell my clients this all the time, and I get in this trap too. It's a big law of attraction thing that if you can kind of reset it, it works really well in your favor. But if you're only looking at what is, like the facts, like, okay, well, my person lives over here and I live over there, and they work over here and I work over here, we're just going to have to keep going, you know, making it work. Or, whatever other obstacles are in the way for you two. Could be actual physical distance or emotional distance. Oh, well, we had this argument that one time and they said these things, swords are words. And I just don't know if I can get over that, even though they're acting so great now. You definitely are in a place of a good, strong place of being wise and discerning, Sagittarius, but kind of let things flow instead of trying to control them. The Knight of Wands, I do feel it's just very passionate energy also, though. So you're kind of worried, some of you, or this could be the case, that you're so passionate about this person that you're worried about, your physical impulses or your desire to be with them to get the best of you, where you don't see things clearly. And I think that's some of this holding back and hesitation. Like, do I want to move forward? I really care about this person. I feel very deeply connected to them. I've known them a long time. We have a lot of history, 8 of Pentacles. But, is it something that I should really pursue? For some of you, I feel like you could have kind of been dating this person for a while, but you're just not sure if if they're your one and only, because I'm not seeing the 7 of Cups here, but could be kind of giving them some of that energy. So in the current long-term outcome, we have the King of Cups. So whether you're dealing with a particular person or not, this is the singles read, but I do feel like my flirty, fun, especially Page of Cups energy here, Sagittarius, is probably have a few people, if not one particular person that, you're involved with. Again, if you're just totally single, this King of Cups tells me that there's definitely a strong, loving energy. And even if you're male, this is a very solid female. She may be slightly reserved and hard to read. Maybe that's why you're a little bit hesitant, but emotionally, the King of Cups is just as nurturing and full of unconditional love, if not more, than the Queen of Cups. They just don't show it as much. They're really just in a position of emotional strength. So I feel like the love here, whether it's you being the King of Cups in the position or their love for you, it's going to be, my general readings kind of mess me up when I do the personals, because I'm like, if it's this or that, but that's because, I'm reading for the collective right now. So you do have to take it. You have to take the examples and the metaphors and kind of say, oh, this applies to me in this way or that way. But I do think that you have the love for this person that you're interested in, that you're thinking about making some sort of advancement towards, and you have the support in your network to overcome any past quarrels, any doubts from your past relationships. You're very emotionally mature now, whatever Sagittariuses are watching this. You may be a little immature in your decision making, a little hesitant. You might waffle a little, which might work against you. You are a mutable sign. That's a weakness of pretty much all mutable signs aside from Gemini. Geminis are very good decision makers, and Virgos, they can waffle too. Usually they know what they want, and Libra, I was going to say. So, I'm going to pull one more for this, the Tower. Yeah. And if you are totally single, this person is going to be coming in very, very quickly, like very rapidly. For some of you, it's going to flip your world upside down. But the good thing about the Tower is you're going to rebuild again. So let's go ahead and pull one more clarifier for that. The 7 of Swords. Okay, I have to say, for some of you, if this is somebody that you've been going back and forth with for a long time, and there's a lot of, this is only for some of you, you'll know if it's you. If there's a lot of old fights, arguments, resentment, it's just going to continue. And as much love as you feel for them, it's going to come crashing down one day. So I do recommend, if you want to figure out if you're one of these people or not, get a personal reading from me or another astrologist. We can look at the synastry and see how you two interact, because there could be some deception here as well. There's a lot of swords energy. Could be a lot of mental games and conflict for you. With the Page of Wands, you're going to want to continue to communicate with them. And for those of you who are single, you do have this nice energy coming in, and you have like a good environment. So don't let some of you could be these old thoughts, these old relationships that you're hesitant to get into one because you don't want to repeat it. But a lot of you could be reliving it, kind of recreating it, or you're still tied up in some drama with your exes that's interfering with you. This good friend or this solid person, I feel, that's around you that you could have something really good with. Whatever drama that you're tied up in is holding you back from really being free. You're just all caught up in these mental traps, and you want this new beginning in love, freedom. You have what it takes, kind of going back to the beginning, but you're a little bit trapped there. So Let's go ahead and pull one more card from the Lover's Oracle for my single Sagittariuses before we go out. And then as a little bonus, I'm going to pull a card from the Money Law of Attraction deck, which I just kind of read verbatim. So you can stick around for that if you'd like. And this one flew out here. It says, reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Now, I generally think of this with the Four of Wands. You know, the Four of Wands is our 1111 card. But the Four of Swords, it is a 4. So it is that mirroring, you know, 2 to 2, you know, the yin and the yang of one mirroring the whole, mirroring the other. So it's like the masculine and feminine within you is mirroring the masculine and feminine within them. So the whole is really 4 and not 2, sort of like synergy. So here it's saying, you know, reflection. You can see that there. Sorry. Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So I really do feel like, especially if you're just like been going rounds and rounds and rounds mentally with someone, take a step back. You've been doing that. And yeah, maybe for some of you contemplating, you know, if there is pressure, like I want this to be more serious, you got to contemplate, like with this Two of Swords that came up, like, is being more serious, and this can happen, going to give this relationship a certain stability instead of this 2 energy, this waffling, this hesitation with all these Four of Swords? You know, is it going to give it some grounding, or is there just too much garbage, too much toxicity that, you know, I'm just going to get in deeper? So of course that's something we always want to evaluate. We want to choose our partners very wisely. You know, some of us fire signs, I'm an Aries myself, you know, we tend to get, you know, we kind of like a little bit of drama. It's kind of fun until, you know, it bites you in the, you know what. So let's go ahead and pull just one more time. I want to say that if you are still single, looking, and you want to meet your astrological better half, again, I'm fundamentally an astrologist. I learned the tarot as part of my path. I had many guides. It came to me. It wasn't something that I sought out. You can go ahead and go to divinetimingdatabase.org. I have a formula where I can match you with someone that you can potentially have a lifelong partnership, rather than going through the law of averages and trying to date a bunch of random strangers on the internet. And this is all perfectly discreet. No one will know that you've submitted, and when you meet your matches, you can stay as anonymous as you want until you're ready to divulge. You know, they'll just see your username and the aspects and the general interpretations of the astrology aspects that you two have. So I do highly recommend that you submit to that. If you're single, you know, your heart is open, you're ready to walk away from anything. And if you are, you know, Sagittarius dealing with a particular Gemini, as we had heard from Honcho here, then I would recommend getting a personal reading with me. It's readings.psychicschool.com, or you can just go to psychicschool.com. If I'm not around for the live readings, you can go ahead and put in a personal a question. You can ask me a question, and I'll get back to you with a 5-minute video response where I actually can pretty much break down most of the answers that you need. You know, do you guys have deal breakers and divorce aspects? Are you going to last? Is there really good loving ones here? Then you should work on this relationship, you know, and maybe, you know, and make the investment. So yeah, I don't have this whole deck, but I like to read from it just to keep us centered. So we'll go out with this, and then I'm going to log in a bit, and we're going to do Cancer. I got to redo Cancers, and then we'll probably wrap it up with the water signs in the next day or two, Pisces and Scorpio. And then I want to get to Libra. I don't know why today. This morning, Spirit, or I call it Source, was telling me, you know, do Libra. And then I'm trying to do like all the fire signs, then all the air, water's next though. So we're going to redo Cancer because Miss Nini, one of my favorite subscribers, she was asking me to do it, and the audio had been all messed up. So we'd gone through an hour, but here we are, Sagittarius. Here is your wealth card as the bonus at the end. And also do look out for the free deal breaker and divorce aspects PDF I'm doing. If you don't know much about astrology and that goes over your head, then do check out the Rotation 411 Astrology channel on YouTube if you want to find out more about how the Divine Timing Database works, what deal breakers and divorce aspects are, and especially watch the Celebrity Synastry series. I break it down like with Kim and Kanye, Courtney Love, Kurt Cobain. Who else did I do, you guys? There's some I forgot. I did Megan Fox and MGK. And so you can go see how I do it and how the Divine Timing Database works. And okay, so for your wealth card, Saggies, I am developing the skill to direct my thoughts. This is Law of Attraction, by the way. Here we are. And I do recommend that you read The Law of Attraction by Jerry and Esther Hicks if you haven't, or find the audiobook. But the most valuable skill or talent that you could ever develop is that of directing your thoughts toward what you want. To be adept at quickly evaluating all situations and then quickly coming to the conclusion of what you most want and then giving your undivided attention to that. There's a tremendous skill in deliberately directing your own thoughts that will yield results that cannot be compared with the results that mere action can provide. So like I said, you guys have been doing that. You've been in your heads, you've been doing the internal work we saw here. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You guys know what you want, but I think you just get caught up in so much of the mental, especially a lot of you are dealing with air signs as a fire sign, that you start to just get caught up and you start going back and forth on what is. And that's a big trap, and that's what the law of attraction advises against. So this all goes very much in alignment. If you want to re-watch this, if you're on Twitch and you're just joining us, again, it will upload in a few minutes to the YouTube channel, Rotation 411 Astrology, and the link I did put on Twitch now. And if you want a personal reading from me, it's psychicschool.com. If you want to see my astrology resources, like if you want to know how to look up your own synastry charts and such with partners, that's something interesting to you, then do head over to rotation411.com and click astrology. You can also see the current transits and everything there. And there's one other thing. If you want to support and donate to the channel, like and subscribe. There's some really cool merch now. You can go to rotation411.com and click merch in the menu, and I made some phone cases, and I made a cool tennis dress, and there's some tie-dye shirts that are pretty awesome. So I'm definitely gonna be ordering that bundle and showing that off soon. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and light, my Sagittariuses, my single Sagittariuses, and we're gonna get into Cancer. I'm either gonna go right after this or take a brief break. We'll see. Got to get taking some clients this morning also, but I'm definitely going to try to do at least Cancer, redo Cancer, Cancer's single love tarot reading. So thank you so much for joining me, and again, have a great rest of your week. Love and light. Oh, here, I just want to say hi to, see if I can read this, JJM2711. Hello, Mr. Sagittarius. Law of Attraction. Thank you. I appreciate it. Definitely check out the YouTube channel if you want to see my face, but I will be doing some celebrity live streams, Synastry live streams. So go ahead and subscribe, Mr. J. Am I saying it right? JJM2711. And I hope to see you soon. I'll be back on in a few minutes to do the Cancer reading. Oh yeah, and JJM, if you want to see this whole video, I don't think it will upload to Twitch after this, but it will be on the YouTube channel, Rotation 411 Astrology. I just said that like 5 times. So love and light. See you all soon if you want to join me for the Cancer reading. How the fuck do I put...
live streaming services you want to pull the live chats from. And to do that, you simply click onto Add Channel, search your live streaming service you want to use, for example, Twitch, and then connect Restream to your Twitch account. I already did this. I'm using 2 YouTube accounts as well as 1 Twitch account. So next, we can go back to the Restream cross-platform chat application and can download it for Windows or whatever platform you are using. And once it's installed, start the Restream chat application. And the first time, you obviously have to log in to your Restream account so the application knows which accounts it needs to pull the messages from. So let's do this. And once we're signed in, we're almost ready to go. This is now the moment in which we can start OBS, Streamlabs OBS, XSplit, Vimix, or whatever software you're using, as long as that software can handle browser sources. So in my case, let me fire up a new instance of OBS, which is completely empty, and we set this thing up together. So let's pretend this roller coaster designing tool would be our actual screen capture, just for the sake of not having an endless tunnel of screen recording and screen recording. And we would now want to bring in the live chat on top of that screen capture source. And to do that, we simply go to Sources, click the plus sign, and add a browser source. Let's give this browser source a name, for example, ReChat, and click OK. Now we need to get the embed code for our Restream cross-platform chat. And to do that, we go over to the Restream cross-platform chat application, and we go down there to Settings.